Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are good. So today here we are back with a new video on our architecture series, and this video is going to be on ceiling. So last video I have created on floor, and in that video I have demonstrated various activities. I urge every one of you to explore that, as you will get a clear picture on how exactly the different types of floors are modeled. So this time here we are back with a new video on our architecture series, and this video is going to be on ceilings. Modeling ceiling in Revit is pretty simple, but again you should have that technique, you should have that understanding where the desired options are available. For example, this is a conference area, and if you see the icon of this view is very different. This is a ceiling plan, and here if I open this is a flooring plan. So what is a major difference? See, when you are there in ceiling plan, the view range works completely different. In ceiling plan, Revit considers as if a person is there sitting at uh, uh, is sitting on the floor, and he is looking on top on ceiling. But in case of floor, it's vice versa. A person is there on top and he is there looking on the floor. Okay, and I have also created in-depth video on view range. If still there is confusion about the view range, you can explore that video and all your doubts will be cleared. So as of now, let's start modeling ceiling. So we'll go in architecture tab, and in build option you will find the option of ceiling here. So when you go in ceiling, there are two different options that you get. One is compound ceiling and the other one is basic ceiling. In basic ceiling, what happens is you don't get the option to uh, to model or to change the thickness. If I go inside here, edit type, you see here that there isn't any option to change the thickness or whatsoever. Like, there is only option to model the ceiling as well as the materials. If I go here and if I close this icon, and if I simply select the ceiling that we have modeled here, what will happen? You will see that there isn't any option. I'll just go back and it's the view range that we have to set. So let us see at what elevation that ceiling is getting modeled. So that ceiling is getting modeled on level 4. We want that on this area. We want that ceiling to be on floor, and it has to be at this elevation. Okay, fine. So what we'll do, we'll model the ceiling again. We'll go here in ceiling. We'll take the general ceiling, and 2400 offset we will give. And once we model, that ceiling is here. Okay, that ceiling is here, and you can see here that I got the option. So there are identical instances, just because the material is pretty white in color, hence it isn't available. So what we will do is we will select the ceiling here, and now I will press BX. So this is the ceiling that we have modeled just now. Okay, so you see here that there isn't any option to change the thickness, only material you can change it. So this is about general ceiling, basic ceiling. What if we want to model a ceiling with thickness, as well as we need some more in-depth option? Okay, now as you have selected the compound ceiling here, you get the option of automatic ceiling as well as sketch ceiling. As of now, this is a closed geometry. In that case, I will go with automatic ceiling, wherein Revit will understand uh, Revit will understand that there is a closed geometry all around, and it will model my ceiling. Okay, see, once I place it here, you see that there is a ceiling which is sitting right at the edges, right at the boundary of the wall all around. And here this ceiling has been modeled. Okay, if I select the ceiling, I get all the option to change the thicknesses as well as required material and everything. Compound ceiling, in the sense there will be multiple layers of it. Okay, and this is acoustical ceiling system. And here you see the geometry is somewhat irregular in shape, but still if I press CS, which is create similar, and if I hover my cursor here in this room, again that ceiling will be constructed. But here it won't happen. Here there isn't a closed boundary. What will happen? Revit won't allow me to use this automatic ceiling option. It allows me, but again my ceiling goes out. Okay, goes out beyond the crop region. So in that case, what I will do, I will select this option of sketch ceiling, and here using this support icon, I will select the walls all around, and what happens everywhere the boundary has been created. Now I will use a trim option to trim off those lines which I don't want, and you can see here that there is a closed geometry that has been established. Okay, now I want to align this line over here, and there is another ceiling which has come in, so I want to give an opening in this ceiling which I am modeling. What I will do, I will simply select this pick line option and I will click on these boundaries. Now what will happen, just see. Again, there are some lines which aren't in a closed region over here, you can see. So what we will do, we will press TR, which is trim option, and it is fine now. It is fine now. Okay, so you see here that the ceiling which I selected is the acoustic system ceiling, and here even the sizes are mentioned. Okay, even the sizes of these panels are mentioned, and you see here that these panels are not in exact size. Okay, so what we will do, we will align these ceiling in such a manner that ceiling of this room should coincide with the ceiling of this particular room. Now I am in align command. What I will do here, so something has happened to my Revit. It has closed it down. Let me open it again. Just a minute, guys. Alright, learners, so our Revit is up and running. So yeah, we see here that the ceiling system, which is over here in this room, it doesn't match with the lines which are here. So these are the grids, and these are the ceiling panels that are placed, and they are of 2 feet in size, and you see here that these lines aren't matching. So in order to match the ceiling grids, what we will be doing, we will select AL option align, and then we will simply align with this. Okay, so you see here that the ceiling of this room as well as the other room is matching. The same thing, what we will do, we will do it here, and it's everything fine, but it doesn't match with the grids over here. So now you see that there is uniformity in the grid system, and this is how in reality these ceilings will be placed. There will be SOP here. What is SOP? Set out point for the ceiling, so that when workers are there, they get a clear idea how to place or how to keep these ceilings in respective sizes. So when the drawings will go on site, here we will give this as a balance option, mentioning that here it has to be balanced with respect to the site condition. Here as well it has to be balanced with respect to site condition, and in between everywhere there will be a dimension that will be specified as 2 feet. Okay, now this is about ceiling grids, as well as if you want to rotate this grid system, or if you want to rotate the ceiling panels, you can easily do that by selecting rotate option, and see what will happen here. The entire grid system are rotated. This feature as well Revit gives you, and if you want to see how this looks in 3D, we will select all the settings, and then what we'll do, we'll simply press BX over there, and this is how it looks in 3D. Okay, there is one more ceiling system that I have modeled. This ceiling system is known as Coffered ceiling. So what I have done here is I have placed these ceiling panels. These are known as recessed panels, and here if you see from the bottom, this is how these ceiling patterns will be coming up. So now how I have modeled this ceiling. So what I have done, there are 2 different ceilings which are coming into picture. One is this ceiling panels which I have created manually. Okay, and then there is the outer edge uh, for the ceiling, which is over here. Okay, this is another ceiling, and if you see, this is the external boundary for the ceiling, and then this is a wall which I have placed here, which is holding these coffered ceiling panels together. So again, you can model suspended ceiling, and if you have vendor details here, what will be there? There will be shadow gaps, as well as there will be main rods which will be suspended from a ceiling, and then there will be main channels which will run all around, which will hold the panels. There are different types of ceilings, such as sandwich panel system, as well as suspended ceiling, and then there is a metal grid ceiling. I have also created a family. That video you will find in my Revit parametric families playlist, and there is no restriction in modeling the ceiling. You can clearly see how nicely I have created this coffered ceiling based on my creativity. If you have any ideas in your mind, you can clearly do that, and let me know if you struggle. So this is about sailing that I wanted to create a video on. The ceiling video is pretty simple. There isn't much tools involved, but whatever tools are there, those tools are sufficient. You should be knowing when to use those options. So thank you, learners. Let me know if there is anything else I can cover up. So we will definitely meet next week with a new video. As always, let us rise and shine together. Thank you so much.